Remember when Fortnite used to be a really good game? Remember when everybody was playing it? Ninja was playing with Drake and all that stuff. The Plunger pickaxe came out. What happened? Why are we at a state right now in the community where where the community is literally at war with each other? Like every day I go on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, whatever. I see people blaming competitive players going around saying, you comp players are ruining the game! And to be honest, I used to think that way too, and I still agree that competitive players have left a negative impact on this game. Not necessarily their fault, but it's rather Epic Games' fault with the way they handle things. As an example, look at Chapter 5 Season 3, which happened recently. Look at what they did. They released the cars broken as hell. Like they should have never released those things like that, but they did it anyways. They released the cars. I bet they didn't even test them that well. They probably just looked at it and were like, "Oh, does it function? Okay, it functions. Release it to the community. They'll eat this up." But if you look at it, within a week, the cars got nerfed because of competitive players complaining, which I think they could have handled it a better way by just... Of course they needed a nerf, but you didn't have to nerf the boss cars like 3 times. You didn't have to nerf all the cars. They should have just changed stuff, waited until an update, maybe pushed out an emergency update, and just, like, patch everything. But they just don't do anything like they used to. Let's be honest here. Chapter 1, Season 1... I never played back then. I would take a bet and say 8 out of 10 of you guys watching here have not played that either. Okay? Whether you be too young or you just weren't interested to play the game, I would probably say you didn't play that. Looking at the player count now, how many people play it. So, let's be real here. Fortnite's peak was never Season 1 or 2. It started in 3 and gradually decreased as the seasons went on. I'd say it ended around Season 6. Why do I say Season 6? Even though Season 7 and 8 were really good. I personally would categorize Season 7 and 8 into their own weird time period, and Season 9 and 10, oh my, those were terrible in my opinion. But let's be real here. Fortnite has changed a lot over the years, and it's not the fact that you and me are just getting older. It's the fact that Fortnite has done some pretty garbage changes lately to the loot pool and everything else. And I can feel your guys' rage with stuff, or I can feel your different opinions. I understand where all of you are coming from, but let's just lay out the facts here. The game had a personality once. The game had a story once. Me and my friends always used to be speculating what the game is going to be doing. Like, as an example, Fortnite used to have the rocket event. Like, stuff like that. We had no clue. There weren't that many leaks, so leakers were like scrambling the files and they couldn't find anything. They were just like, oh, a rocket's gonna be launching, or there's gonna be a timer here. Like, we didn't know anything. It was the first time we've ever seen anything like that of any video game. No other video game at the time in like 2018-19 have ever pulled stuff off like that. The live events were a crucial part of Fortnite. They were keen to its development. If Fortnite didn't have live events, it would have, I'd say it would have lost more than half of its player base, which it already has, but let's be real here, it would have lost half of it way sooner, and the game would be more dead than it is now. Which, it's not dead. It has like 3-4 million players a day. It's not bad, but it's not as good as all the other seasons. From what I've seen so far, Chapter 4 has been the lowest players. Chapter 5 gained maybe 1.2 million players, and that's really good. But it's also, you're also forgetting this game has some games like CSGO. As far as my knowledge goes, it can only, CS2, my bad, it can only be played on, let's see, PC. And it's gaining like 1 million players. You may say, that's not as good as Fortnite, but it's only on PC. If it were on console and mobile and everything else like Fortnite is, then it would be a different story. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Live events are one of the reasons why you don't, in the storyline right now, are one of the reasons why you're not enjoying this game. Because let's be real here. I don't know anyone right now who's theorizing about, oh, what's going to happen, like, what is Doctor Doom and Hope and Jones gonna do? Like, the storyline is just, it feels worse than Save the World, and I beat Save the World. I played to power level 130. I'm almost to 131, but I really could care less about that. I beat the Mythic Storm King. I got all of the Mythics. I pretty much beat that game, and I have to say, the vibe of it, of Save the World, was similar to BR's. There were some side quests in the Save the World storyline that come back like every 2 years, like Dennis Jr. and stuff. You may not know what I'm talking about, but there's like different timelines involved, different stuff, and Fortnite just had an identity with that, and they just left it behind for some metaverse garbage. Like, let's be real here. Fortnite Festival, Rocket Racing, Fall Guy, and I guess the Fall Guys. Man, that did not... I don't even see any Fall Guys maps in my feed anymore in creative, so that did not work so well. But overall, those modes don't even amount to reload or save. A matter of fact, certain times of the day, Save the World may have more players than reload. I mean, not reload. No, pardon that. No, it hasn't done that in a long time. Who knows when? Probably 5 years ago. It has more players than like most of the new modes, and they're free, by the way. And Save the World is a paid game mode, and it's not advertised by Fortnite that much. Bare minimum. Like, they may say we have it on our website, and maybe you'll get an occasional loading screen when a new Venture season comes out. But Save the World, of course, I understand why nobody would defend that game. It's truly boring after playing for years. But let's be honest here. Battle Royale, they're trying to do the same thing, and it's not working because they're trying to put in lower effort into Battle Royale and what everybody wants. Take a game mode like Imposters. Everybody I mean, not everybody, but it had a good player count, I bet. And they just took it off due to, oh, we're going to be working on other Fortnite projects. And take a look at when it was removed. Look at how Chapter 3 went after Donald Mustard left. By the way, in case if you were wondering, why has this game felt odd since Chapter 3 Season 3? If you're thinking that it does. Since that time, Donald Mustard left during that season. He was the main guy who wrote all of the story. He was a smart guy. He, as an example, with the end event, he wanted to take the game down for 30 days. And you may say, that's crazy. That would have never happened. Yeah, it didn't happen because he wanted to take it down for 2 days, but he told Fortnite and all the CEOs at Epic, like, hey, we need to take the game down for 30 days. And they were like, what, are you insane? Okay, 2 days then. Put his way down there, and yeah. The game's story and identity are gone, practically. They're just not there. The story is decent in Chapter 5. It's better than it was in Chapter 4, but there's still no excuse for a game like this that has this amount of money. Why? It's because of the metaverse. It's the metaverse itself is trying to, like most games, can't do that. Tim Sweeney thinks of Fortnite as a platform. I don't think of it as a platform. I think of it as a game. It's trying to do a Roblox, and it's not succeeding, as you can tell, because besides Reload and all those other modes, let's look at Rocket Racing. Rocket Racing, Festival, what else? Lego Fortnite. Sure, it makes them money, but it probably doesn't make them as much money as BR. People play the game for BR. Also Reload. You could be fair to say Reload. I mean, it's a secondary game mode to BR, which is funny because BR was intended to be a secondary game mode. Save the World kind of got shoved to the side. And it's doing better than... Save the World is pathetically doing better than those new modes. Why? Because there's not a lot of... Lego Fortnite is not the best. Not that great, in my opinion. A lot of these other YouTubers try to be nice to Fortnite. I'm just going to say it right here. They need Donald Mustard back. He left for a reason, because he sees where this game is going, and he doesn't want to be blamed for how it's going. And I don't blame him for leaving with the thing that they're doing. They're, like, throwing away all that they had. Like, Fortnite's an embarrassing game to say that I play, but I do play it, because it's just pathetic, the changes they've been doing. It's like they're allergic to money. We don't want the OG map back, necessarily. Sure, it'd be cool to have an option to play it, but we want actual, like, good maps. Like, Chapter 4 and 5, objectively, have been the worst maps that Chapter 3, 4, and 5 have objectively been terrible in their own ways. Chapter 5, in my opinion, is... Before I get any people in the comments saying, oh, but it's good on max I have, like, one of the best graphics cards in the world. So I've run this game at max settings, and I can thoroughly say that, I'm gonna be honest here, Chapter 5 has pathetic graphics. Like, the art style is pathetic. It's trying to meet some Greek art style, and it just isn't it. Like, we need something different. Maybe a future setting. Maybe something that is akin to the OG art styles, but new. That's what I'd want, and I think that would help this game out. But they need to just ditch the metaverse already, man. I don't care. Well, cool, Disney's gonna be coming, but, like, come on, man. You gotta just quit this shit. It's really getting old. Metaverse this, metaverse that. That's all I hear out of Tim Sweeney. Why not focus on the actual game? They're gonna lose their player base soon, I'm telling you. Because players are not gonna... Some players may come for the collabs, others are gonna be like, no, I want the game to be good. So yeah, that's some of the reasons to recap why you may not find Fortnite as good as it once was, is because... Oh, one more thing before I end this video off. Take a look at the details that Fortnite had in the past, Chapter 2. Take a look at it. It was pretty cool, wasn't it? They had stuff like the most random stuff added, and I think Chapter 1 had like weekly or bi-weekly patches. Like right now, this game has like they added like a Doctor Doom gauntlet mythic or whatever, and it's so dumb. You can only get it a 5% chance, oh my bad, a 12% chance on the weekend. And it's there for 3 weeks. It's overpowered, but still, you could have just made it an LTM, but no. Like, all of the stuff that Chapter 1 had, it just genuinely feels like the game had a downgrade. Like, graphics, cool, we got an upgrade. I'd say Chapter 4 is really cool visually, but, like, I hated Chapter 4. It was terrible. This game had a major downgrade. I don't know, there's so much different things to put this at. But yeah, sorry about, like, the unorganized video. I'm just trying to figure out what you guys like for content, so... Any suggestions on stuff I should cover, let me know. I may make a video soon. I'm working on some ideas as I make this video. So yeah. Hey, feel free to let me know your comments down below. If you don't agree with me or something, let me know, because I'm curious to see opinions that the community has. I personally just think that there's not enough feedback, or there's certain things that Fortnite just says no to that's causing them to suffer financially. I had to lay off like 800 employees a while back because of stuff, and all the event team, the events are just cash grabs now, metaverse cash grabs, and it's stupid. Like, sure, I'll probably be like, Chapter 6 is so good, and then like 2 weeks later, maybe even 2 months later, it'll be like, wow, this is old already. So yeah, anybody who watched this video all the way, appreciate it. Thanks for helping out. Feel free to comment the video, like it, dislike it if you didn't like it, subscribe, unsubscribe, do whatever you want. Appreciate you for sticking around this long. Have a good one. Peace.